Thank you so much for asking me, hang on to you, to say a few words. The road to inclusive Oxford Street. The Sydney Gay and Lesbian Parade has always been more than a parade. For many, it's been a moment of truth, of freedom, of finally being seen and to belong. For some, it became the last journey, a farewell wrapped in music, light and love. In 1978, we 78ers walked down Oxford Street, not in celebration, but in protest. Police batons, beatings and arrests met us that night. Yet something remarkable happened amid the bruises and fear. We stood up. We built a community that has kept shining for nearly half a century now, turning pain into pride and exclusion into belonging. On 2 February 2023, Oxford Street, that living artery of courage and visibility, was officially heritage listed by the New South Wales Coalition Government, a marking of 45 years since the first Mardi Gras. It wasn't about preserving bricks and bitumen. It was about recognizing a movement that forever changed lives. At the old Darlinghurst police station just down the road, I spoke about our darkest years, the 1980s, 90s, when the AIDS epidemic ravaged our community. The Star Observer became a roll call of loss. Pages filled with names of those who had died but would never be forgotten. Men whose laughter once echoed through Oxford Street were silenced and by stigma and neglect. My beloved Bob and I, we often hugged, lamented and we cried that this virus was the death knell in our community. We were mourning not only the loss of friends, but the vitality, the joy that seemed to vanish with them. Those men were shunned like lepers by governments, institutions, churches and families. They were embraced instead by love, by volunteers from ACON's community support network, and included my beloved Bond. These men were in constant pain. Many could hardly walk. They looked like death camp Holocaust survivors with deep sunken eyes. Yet in the face of such suffering, there was grace. The carers offered what society had withdrawn: dignity, comfort, inclusion, and above all, the tender reassurance that they were not forgotten. They were transported by community support network volunteers from their near deathbeds to accommodation high up in Oxford Street near the beginning of the parade. and there were the extraordinary final moments, quiet, almost sacred. Men, the dying seemed to hold on to the very last sound, the deep, defiant roar of the dykes on bikes. Too weak to walk, they were lifted to the windows overlooking Oxford Street. And when the parade began, something real, something sacred within them, a flicker of joy, of belonging, of lives, and refusing to go. They screamed, "Help me up! I want to see it, I want to be in my parade." For those few shining moments they were. They clapped, they waved, they smiled, many for the last time. But they were there, part of the living heart of Mardi Gras. The parade held them close and whispered without words, "You matter, you belong." That's why we must protect the inclusive soul of Mardi Gras. It was born in a struggle and sustained by love. It reminds us that inclusion is not just a value or a slogan. It's our strength. It's our shared strength, our resilience, and the promise we made to those who came before and those who will follow. Thank you.